What is it really hurting in the club? Like, even if it's at the beginning, before you at that point, like, you know, I know from like 1:15 to 2, it's like all the bottles is out. You want the popping songs, cool. But the club start popping at 12 to 30. You got a whole 40, 45 minutes where you could be trying to break a record.
Right. Are you looking for a team?
Well, I have a team. I'm always looking to like add where we're lacking. Like I have, you know, like my girlfriend helps with the road manager because she's with me all the time, and she's also a manager to another artist, so it's easy for her. And then I have my business rep who helps anything on the ins and out of the business or contracts or just put it in place, anything as far as where I need to communicate with someone. And then I have my head manager who works for different labels and freelances, who has those resources and able to put me in the places that like a lot of people can't put me in. You know, so I have that in my corner, and then I also have someone who helps me get into the clubs, trying to help me get into schools, as far as like after parties and club. He's a promoter, so that's like the base of my team. You know what I mean? And it's been going great. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're at the point where we all know like I have to start getting out of the Houston market. So that's why I've been traveling to like Atlanta and trying to really like get out there, because the DJs fuck with me out there. Like they're not able to see me longer than like a couple days, and then when they do see me, it's like, oh, come up, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to get out there and stay for like 2 weeks at least, like how I was doing in LA at one point. I was staying out there for like a month at a time, then coming back here. But that was like pre-COVID, and when COVID happened, it was just like, I don't know, LA hasn't been the same since COVID when it comes to the music industry. Just the scene period, it's became a little bit more on the private, like it's like harder to kind of like know where to go and like where to navigate, because everything is still like real, like they on some bullshit. They be making shit complicated, shall I say, for people who used to be the ones throwing things and doing things. So, but now it's kind of like you got to go out there for like BT or Grammys, where there's something around it, and then it makes sense. Versus Atlanta, you could just be out there in Atlanta. You could be networking with these DJs. You could be in these clubs. Like I went to Atlanta the top of this year, and my song got on the radio. Like they did a radio interview, and this was off the strength of someone that met me, was maneuvering us around Atlanta, taking me different places, and he was like, I know this guy. Now it was a radio station, right? It was a radio station, I forgot what the city was. It wasn't Atlanta, it was another city that's like right next to them. I can't remember. But it aired kind of like everywhere. And it was crazy because I think that was the first time I actually had like a live interview as a solo artist on the radio, and it was in Georgia. So I was like, man, I came out here in a week, and it's not something they always do, because he said it, you know what I mean? But he was intrigued also by my story. They knew I was signed. They knew I came from being in a group, and they knew I had became a solo artist, and they had seen what I was doing, because by that time it had been like a year of me being a solo artist. So they just believed in me and was like, I want to put your story on the radio. I want to play a song. It was Look Good, which was my first track that I ever released as a solo artist. So it was just crazy, because I was like, man, it's too easy. When you go to these other places and they just see talent and they believe in you, and it's no monopoly to it. Unfortunately, I feel like Houston is a monopoly. It's an order of like process they feel like you got to go through before they open
the doors for you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Versus you just being talented, or versus they seeing the motion, or versus they seeing the hard work. It's like they still got to see certain people hat you off or pat you on the back. They got to see certain people, hear certain people talking about you. You know what I mean? And even then, people can talk about you all day, but you know, like, co-sign you, shall I say.
Right.
They want certain people to co-sign you. And then it's like, oh, okay. But then it's like, by that time, niggas already made a name for that. They already at that point.
They already did it on their own.
Exactly.
You know,
so
we don't need you no more.
What's really the real here? Like, do y'all really want to help artists get all the way, or do y'all just want to stamp yourself on there once they get there to be like, oh yeah,
they came through.
Right before they blow off, they came through me. And I be feeling like people don't really think thoroughly about that. Like, I don't know if it's just like life be life and everybody worry about themselves right now. And it's just like, I don't have time, or like they're just not, I don't know. I just don't know what it is sometimes, because it's like, the bigger I'm getting just in the Houston scene, I'm starting to see that. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see how people claim all day what they doing, But in reality, they only doing it for certain people for certain reasons. They're not really doing it off of talent and passion, and this is something in their heart they want to do. They want to really help artists. I've seen so many shows and so many different events for artists that, to be honest, it's not worth it. They just taking your money. Like, these people is not gonna do. These the same people that you can get to in the clubs and this and that. They do these events and they're just taking your money. There's nothing they're gonna do for you after. They gonna still see you in the club. You gonna still come to them. They still not gonna play your shit. It's like, what am I doing? What am I here for? Now, don't get it twisted. I have built relationships with DJs to the point where now when I walk in a room, I go and I speak, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, shouting them out and things like that, and they show me love, you know what I mean? Like, I had to build my way up to that, but then there are also some that I've showed plenty of love to and who don't reciprocate it. And I don't know if it's because they just feel like they're too good, or I ain't there yet, or whatever. I don't care, because I know I do my part. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have a busy life and busy schedule, so I can't go out every single night. You know what I mean? To like go support a DJ. But I try at least like 3 to 4 times out the week. And then if I miss a week, then I'll try to make it up on the next week. Cause I'm always thinking out like, damn, I gotta go pull up on a DJ. I gotta go pull up on a DJ. Like, that's always on my mind. But then it's like, oh, I gotta finish these songs, or I gotta go do this, or I gotta go get some money, or I gotta go, you know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you have to prioritize things. And unfortunately, me going out and getting money is way more, in my head, more important to put back into my music than going to go spend money to go fuck with a DJ who might not play my music. Right. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, these are the stuff that artists, we think about and have to like prioritize.
You gotta find a balance.
You gotta find a balance for it. And sometimes it's like not fair, because I feel like some people make it harder than what it has to be with this music shit. Because like, what exactly are you, how can I put this? It's like, what exactly are you, what's hurting when it comes to you playing artist music from your city?
Nothing.
Like, what is it really hurting in the club? Like, even if it's at the beginning, before you at that point, like, you know, I know from like 1:15 to 2, it's like all the bottles is out. You want the popping songs, cool. But the club start popping at 12 to 30. You got a whole 40, 45 minutes where you could be trying to break a record.
You think it's...
And it's like, y'all just choose to either have to pay. Everything is money, money, money. When knowing that, and I get it. I invest in myself. I know about marketing. I invest in money on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't be feeling like, as a DJ, you're getting paid to DJ. You're getting paid to DJ right then and there. Now, if it's a nigga you don't know who off the street just came over here to play my song, then cool. It's like, nigga, I don't know you. I ain't never seen you a day in my life. Do you even follow me on social media? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who have built relationships with you, people who done came, spend money on you, bought shots with you, everything. It's like, at some point, it's okay for you to throw that shit up in there just to be like, all right, let me just see what the crowd reacts to. Because I see this person on the grind. I see this person moving. I see this person got some motion. Let me give them a chance. Nobody wants, it's like very rare people. It's like a small little portion of DJs and people who are in these positions who are really out here giving artists a chance. Like,
what happened to people who wanted to break a new record?
I don't know. I feel like the older school DJs, they be okay with it. Like, I don't get much like lip out of them. Like, the older ones, like when I see them, they see me, it's nothing but love, and they gonna always make sure that, like, if they got my music, they gonna play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no issues. It's like these younger DJs, I don't know. Or the ones that got like the clout to their name where they know, you know, that certain, like people outside of Houston might know them because of certain artists that might have put them on, or, you know, like stuff like that. Like, I get it. I get you have a certain clout to your name, but it's like, again, if you know it's a good song and you know this artist is working, and you know at one part the artist that you was fucking with needed that help from you as a DJ, it's like, what are we doing here? But maybe it's me and my heart and who I am as a person. And it's like, God knows when I get to that position, my hardest thing when I do get to that position is probably making sure that I don't help too many people. Because I'm that type of person who does want to help people. I'm that type of person, like, when I get there, I'm going to reach my hand down. There's no way I'm going to get to a Cardi level or even a Megan level, and you not going to know nothing, and you not going to know about my people in Houston. My female artists, cause I already made it. I don't care if they steal my fans. I already made it. I'm already at the point where they like me. So what does it matter if I introduce them to these other female rappers? If I pull my hand down, or if I once a month showcase a new artist on my Instagram, what is that hurting me? I got all these millions of followers. Why not? It's not hurting me none for me to put them in front of more people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I don't see no other female artists for real. Like, it's a couple of them. Like, Cardi do that. I will shout out to Cardi. She do that. But I don't really know no other artists that do that. They get these artists that's already, like, that's all at that wave of they about to come up. They ain't getting they motherfuckers in the hometown who they hear about, who doing all these shows, who got a little motion going, who got some good music. They not putting them on. They putting the motherfuckers who already got the team, already got the help, already got the budget. Like, them the ones they lifted.
Right.
When we all know how hard it is to even just get to that point, that's a rare point still to get to. So it's like, why not use our platforms for people who've been down? Like, these, I'm speaking on people who coming up with me, people who here in my circle right now.
Right.
I ain't talking about once I make them up, you know, like, I ain't talking about that. But I know a lot of artists who have no other artists before they make it, and then it's just like, Don't have nothing to do with me, girl. Figure it out.